So the gingerbread man has lost his job. Do I feel bad? Absolutely not.
Nah, that. You want to... No, here's why I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to listen.
I'm listening.
I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
I don't like black women because of these reasons. Well, that's not a preference. That is you saying I don't like a particular group of people, so therefore I'm putting myself there. That is not a preference, my darling.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when you
place?
get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why.
So, a bit of advice. Go put your legs on some shoulders. Go swing from some chandeliers. Go get some life experience. And then come back and see me.
Wait, hold on. What?
Fake hair, fake hair.
You, my fair lady, haven't even had your legs wide enough yet to even think you can speak to a man like me. So, a bit of advice. Go put your legs on some...
Wait, hold on. Is this aura farming? Like, wait, hold on. Wait.
But because we're black, I can't say that, right? And because I'm a black thing, I can't talk about black women like that, right? And I can't take out my race, right? Because I'm black. Fuck that. Take your black shit to yourself, man. Take your black shit home.
Have you lost the plot? It's coming to the point of my life. Take your black what? Take your black shit home. Well, red card. What is going to be the red card? Or banned from the Premier League and every other league. The person that filmed it, you're wicked, but it's a good thing that you did. You don't like us chocolate covered Incredibles? Oh, Tobias. If we start watching Black Lightning now, I promise you your empire will fall. Are you gonna disrespect black women like that? Huh? Again, it's the women that hurt you. I'm blaming on black women. Well, I suggest you isolate yourself from good feelings and think about what you've done. A simple apology.
You lot have watched it. You lot have watched it, right? Cool. There's a thing on Instagram circulating about my apology yesterday. Yes, I apologize for my actions because my temper went way too. I should have controlled my temper. That is it. That is it. And that is all I'm apologizing for. Let's be very clear here. Everything I said was true. Everything I said was true, and everything I said was a fact because I was talking about me. I stated clearly at the beginning, it's about me. I stated clearly twice, I'm not generalizing, it's about the women I've dated. It's about me. They asked me questions about me, not about the world, about me. It was all about me. I kicked off about me. I didn't kick off about generalizing. So, anybody that's upset with generalizing, that's on you. I didn't generalize all black women. I said, take off your wig. I said, show me your hair. And I've said it numerous times in my life. Numerous times because I love to see black hair. I love it. It's better than the wigs. So take off your wig and show me your hair. Because I'm tired of you being fake. Okay, simple as that. That's one thing explained. Whether you like it or not, that's what I said. And that's why I said it. I'm not the first black man to say it. I'm not the last black man to say it. And many more will say it because we are tired of black women wearing fake wigs because they have beautiful hair. All black women have beautiful hair. Whether your hair is as bald as mine, black women, you know how to grease it up and shave up the sides and make it look good. Because that's what black people do. So take off your wig and show me your hair.
What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. So you all heard about Ginga Jay, yeah, that ginger black man that decided to go on a talk show or a debate to just go there and attack black women on them putting fake eyelashes, fake wigs, and not allowing themselves to be put in their place. Like, first of all, what do you mean when you say putting a woman in their place? It's quite crazy, right? Anyway, right now as we're talking, that guy was fired from his job or wherever he was working just because of what he decided to say. I mean, he made a choice, and remember, choices have consequences. But I've gathered a few clips that I want us to watch, and what I'm happy actually about is that I'm seeing other black men calling him out for what he did. You know, the society has made it normal, or the black society has made it normal for just black men to come and degrade and insult black women in front of the whole world just for clicks on social media, just to go viral, or in front of other races, which is quite sad and it's quite crazy. But luckily for this guy, he got what he was looking for. And it's quite sad as a black man coming on social media trying to disrespect black women. Like, it's okay for you to have a preference. Like, why are you not even dating a black woman, but you want to come on a debate or a talk show and talk about black women? Why don't you talk about the race that you're actually dating? Don't talk about black women when you're not even dating black women. Don't come out here to give reasons as to why you're not dating black women. It's okay for you to have a preference, and no one is having a problem with you for your preference. Honestly, none of us is having a problem with it. But I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on this episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you're seeing on your screen. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
Listen, I'm all for people, you know, running and get their bag and stuff like that. But in this case, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, Gingerbread, you f***ed up. You f***ed up big time. Who told you to go on a talk show, on a debate show, and go and cuss up black women? Who told you to do that? Because now look, it's left you jobless. What you gonna do? You're probably gonna be one of those people now to come on TikTok and be begging people for gifts. That's what you're gonna come and do now. Yes. And you know what? It's a shame, because I did take a look at your page. I didn't know who you were before this. I'm not going to lie. I did not know who you were. So I'm not going to lie. This has given you some exposure. This whole thing has given you exposure, whether it's bad or good. Publicity is publicity at the end of the day, whether it's good or bad. And you know what? I had a look at his page. And you know what's so funny? The majority of the people that support him are black women. So the people that the people that you wanted to come and cuss on Big Beyonce's internet are the same people that support you. And I got something for the men that likes to scream, oh, this is an anti-black man crisis. Let me explain something to you. Let's not try and turn this around and let's make men the victim, because men are not the victim here. Black women are the victims, okay? Because some black men always want to come out and be dissing and cussing up black women. For what reason? What reason? What reason? Would you allow a white man to come and cuss up your mother? So what gives you the right to go and cuss up another black woman? I'll wait. And all the people that's enabling it and saying, oh, he felt like this and this is the reason, or he went through this trauma and he went through that. You know what? Respectfully, I don't care. I've gone through stuff in my life. You don't see me coming on the internet and disrespecting people. I'm so sorry. Respectfully. I've gone through things in my life. You do not see me coming on Big Beyonce's internet and be cussing up people. So what's his excuse? Go seek help. Go to therapy. These things, I understand it might cost a bit of money, but to better yourself and to heal, you wouldn't have made such a silly mistake.
Refuse to accept that anybody is truly shocked and surprised by what the one named Ginga Jay said about black women. Because since I know myself coming up, especially since secondary school, I have repeatedly on numerous occasions in multiple scenarios, unprovoked, heard black boys and black men repeat and talk the same thing what me hear Ginga Jay said. It's like the all of them come together and have meeting and have their words well put down. The women them love to snap their wrists. They're rude. They don't know how to submit themselves. They're rank. They're too over the top. They're not natural. They have fake this, and all of this out of something that they come up with unprovoked most of the time without anybody asking them any questions. And I've always felt like it is completely been allowed in the black British community for black men to openly come out and disgrace black women without attack, without rebuttal, and they're just allowed to do it. Because this is something that is unique with black people, that you do not see this kind of thing with any other community where their men just come out and openly, publicly disgrace their women to different sets of people and all kinds of things. They don't decide to just have the little conversation by the dinner table with just them and them alone, for us, by us. They have it very publicly and they're very, very confident to do so. And that is something that I have seen for decades of my life with black men and black boys. And I know damn well that the whole way have witnessed and seen those kinds of things. And why I don't really want to see black men in general taking a position of extreme outrage is because I know that you have been a part of conversations, whether or not you have participated or not, but I know that you have been part of conversations before, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it's in public spaces or wherever on a day. Because if I can be on the sidelines as a gay man and I've heard these things verbatim in my face repeatedly throughout my life, and the way that they would chat black women publicly, and very typically it's not uncommon to hear them talking them things there to their white girlfriends. Well, I don't even do them to a certain day, because, boy, them black girls there, them black girls are just, nah, man, allow it, man. And I've heard white girls come back and even repeat the same things that their black boyfriends and their black man them that they're lying down with would say to them. This is indicative, and it is almost a disease within our community, that we allow for this kind of disgraceful public dismissal of black women, black Nubian women that gave life and birth to the world. And here you are standing up there with your creased face and your criminal record, not looking delicious to anybody that would possibly want to suit her. A criminal in the public forum is stood there questioning black women and about how he does not want them. Who wants you? That's the question. Black women have high standards. They have high standards for themselves, for their community, and for their children, and they fight and have historically fought. And if it was not for black women, I don't know if we could be stood here today as black people. So for you to be stood there, to be stood on the backs of that, and then to be so confident and brazen, to speak the way that you spoke publicly for the world, to hear you disgracing yourself as somebody that has come through the loins of a black woman, and for you to sit down there and disgrace yourself in such a way publicly and think that that is a good thing, and to think it is a good thing to say things so disparagingly about black women, which is just completely untrue. I see him in one video talking about take your fake wig off of your head. Why is it that you believe that just because you have uttered a few words to create a sentence, that means that they must follow your orders? That is why black women do not want you, because you have taken a misogynistic position where you just believe that if you utter a few words in English, that it must mean they must do so. The fake wig. I was stunned by the man's idiotic grammar and his idiotic positions on fake wig. It is a wig. How can a wig be fake? It is a wig. A wig is inherently something that is imitating something. So by its nature and product, it is fake. And it is something that white people historically, for hundreds of years, within the upper classes have worn. Did you stand up in history class in secondary school and tell the white people to take off their wigs? Did you ever do that? Have you ever felt appalled when you have clearly had to go to court and encounter these people with their wigs on their head? Did you ever tell them to take off their wigs? Did you ever tell them to take off their fake wigs? A phrase that makes no sense. Did you ever tell them to do them something that? No, you did not. But you stood on a public platform that you know has loads of people watching, white, black, Chinese, Indian alike, and you felt that it was no way to speak that way there. And the reason why you felt no way to speak that way there is because we have this disease in the black community where men have this way of speaking about black women. Now, of course, I'm going to get a comment to say not all black men. Now, of course, we know that we're not dumb, and I must assume that you know that I'm not stupid as well. That, of course, it is not most men. It is just a minority of men. But it's an acceptance in our community that I don't see challenged as much as it really should be. It's an acceptance that I see much so within us than any other community, and that is where the problem is. The fact that this man never felt the disgrace within him inherently to say, may I go up on a public platform and talk them something there is indicative to something that is going on within the black community as a general thing. And we know certain things where we're not statistically about how we do what we might be doing. And the last thing that may I go touch pan is I've seen a few comments online where there is this idea or this implication that the man could be gay because he was in prison. No. Let's just make it very clear. He is a member of the 97% of men, because let's just remember that gay men make up 3% of the population. So he is actually part of the 97%, the supermajority. And as such, he represents what I know the supermajority to be like in the past. Let's be very clear. Black gay men have always stood behind black women. That is what I can tell you for free. Because when the black men are running up and down like, I don't know what to call it, like jackass in a pen, when the black men them are telling the lies when they're ready for tell, and when the black men are sitting down on public platforms and chatting black women so disparagingly in a way to disgrace their owner self, without even an acknowledgement of what they're doing to who they are and their entire being and their entire race and everything that they are a part of, as a criminal stood there looking like, I don't even want to call it, Jack in the Beanstalk, climb a mountain. Here we are in real life. But anyways, I sidetrack. Black gay men do not put down black women in that way. We stand behind them, we support them, and let me tell you something, we will fight for them, and we've been fighting for them. Black women and gay men have always historically been at the forefront of any fight that has taken place in any kind of public reality, whether it's soft resistance, medium, already hard, them dead in a real life, and they've been there as a factual point of historical fact that is evidenced. So you cannot sit down there and brandish this kind of behavior and kind of sidetrack it to suggest that because he's gay, that is what has led him to hate gay women. That is not a personality trait of gay men at all. Black gay men feel the most safest around black women, generally speaking. So you will not do that. Male-female hatred within the 97% of the heterosexual black men that exist is something that is real. Now, it's a small amount, obviously, of that 97%, thank God. But we know that it is an issue within our people there. We know that. So stop pretending like we're shocked. And what we need to call out is the fact that those black women had to be exposed to this crebe, we don't know what to call it, this old drag up boy would just come out of prison that serves no purpose, that can't offer a ting on a plate in real life, that has stories online that just disgrace who he is and his character, to sit down there and shout and holler like you have anything important to say. But here we are, the internet allows for all sides of dege people that have no sense in their brain, that would really self-confidently self-disgrace themselves in a public platform as a way like you think it is a good thing. I just saw the idiot in a one something talking about how watch the video. That's all I'm going to say. You just watch the video. Because he confidently believes that he was triggered because he was allowed to be triggered. He confidently believes that his position is just a preference, it's just a preference. Well, if it was just a preference, you would create your preference out of your preference, not born through a retaliation to what you described it to be. I don't like black women because of these reasons. Well, that's not a preference. That is you saying, I don't like a particular group of people, so therefore I'm putting myself there. That is not a preference, my darling. Preferences would be something that is quite natural and innate. You have consciously, actively decided to make a decision that black people around you are not good enough for you based on reasons that is rooted in misogyny, rooted in white supremacy, and rooted in just basically dumbness. Excuse me. I wanted to do 3 minutes, 9 minutes in, here we are.
I've got staff that are black women, people that work, there's pen game girls that rap that are black women, and people that I work with, from Esther to Hema to me to Koi to Gina. So there's so much going on. I shouldn't have to explain why it's important. But if it don't fall into your wheelhouse, it's literally because you don't care. You don't understand.
No, of course not.
Do you understand the reason for the outrage?
I'm not saying what he said wasn't bad at all. Of course, it was bad.
And neither am I.
What I'm saying is you don't really understand the reason for the outrage, because you're saying stuff like, oh, I get it. It's like, oh, you can't have a preference, or don't talk about black women's hair and and it's kind of like trivializing like actually like what happens. I don't know whether you really do understand it or not. So for someone like me watching it, yeah, for me being his employer, yeah, and someone that's associated with him, yeah, I'm looking at that and it's totally different things that I'm looking at. It's not a case of just because he's got a preference or because he mentions black women's hair. There's lots of stuff that you need to unpack in that video. There's lots of questions that he made. I left with more questions than answers. You know what I'm saying? He said his preference. He said, this is why I don't like black girl. He said, why? Then he said, because you can't put you in your place. You can't think you're a man, I can't put you in your place. So then now that makes me start saying, well, so you enjoy putting women in their place. So what's going on? What are you doing in your spare time? Oh, so you only like girl that you can bad up. You don't want these black girls because you can't bad them up. That is crazy to even say out your mouth.
Yes.
So again, so I'm looking at that, I'm saying that's mad to me. Yeah? One second, let me keep going. 1 second, wait.
Opportunity to talk.
Yeah, so I'm saying this is wild. Again, it comes to protecting women. It's not about black women, it's any woman. Yep. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you're more only comfortable where you can bad them up. This is dangerous territory we're going here. Again, I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? Fine. Then the woman triggered you, the girl triggered you, and then you lent into it, yeah? So at the point when you was angry, where you stood up, you're showing aggression, and you're a man at the end of the day, and you attacked this woman personally. You would, all that vim that you had, you put it to her, and it wasn't the whole group, and you wasn't just generalizing, you was on this gal, and when you're telling her with all that aggression to take off your wig and take off your lashes and be diminishing and degrading to her and all that, you're saying all these stuff in a degrading manner. None of that stuff's cool to deal with women like that. Again, forget even black women, but it's women in general. You shouldn't even be dealing with women like that. Yeah. But then you're using her like stuff that are culturally part of what we do in her blackness to offend her. Telling her, take her lashes off, take your wig off, take your makeup off, and I'm going to bring in my natural 10 out of 10 Indian gal hair. All this stuff is crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy to watch. I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? So you man asking what the big deal is, it's because you don't care, because you don't feel that way. Or you're not having conversations. You don't have a presence of black women in your life to be having the right conversation with people. Because anywhere I go is what I'm going to be doing. I've got a duty of care to support black women, from my mum, my sister, my cousins, my aunties. I've got like...
Ginga Jay has issued an apology on his Insta stories, as many of us have seen. But the part that got me was when he said Zeze Mills does not wash her crotches. What kind of apology is this? Is there a feud that I missed? So as some of you may have seen, Zeze Mills actually posted a video about the Ginga Jay controversy on her Instagram. And in a nutshell, she says from Ginga Jay's girlfriend's point of view, she couldn't imagine saying, "This is my man," in the controversy he seems to be caught up in. Now, in this very, very long apology video, Ginga Jay says that he can't understand how Zeze Mills can make a comment on only the clips that she had seen and not the whole YouTube video. And then basically says she only said something because she doesn't like him, and he said that she doesn't watch her crotches. The apology started well for like the first 10 seconds, and then it just went left, and then it just kept going left. It didn't return. It didn't return. He says he was set up. Now, I'm not sure if he was set up, but what I will say is he took the bait. What I couldn't understand was there was an apology at the beginning of the apology video, and then not even a few minutes later, there was a personal comment made about a woman. Why do we need to keep making these comments? He has apologised for getting angry and his temper, but actually he stands 10 toes down on what he says. And he says whether anyone likes it or not. So that's that, I guess. As per usual, let me know what you guys think in the comments. We don't accept your apology, you orange carrot. You were so bold to ask the girl about her hair and to take off her eyelashes, but now the internet is hotting you up more than an oven. Now you want to come and apologize. This carrot cake came on the internet and said, "Oh, everybody's watched it and everything that I said was true and I apologize for my actions." The only reason why you're apologizing now is because you are feeling the pressure from the internet. And when the internet has got you in that pressure cooker, you have nothing more to say now. You have nothing more to say. Where's the energy that you were giving in that video? Where's the apology to that young lady that you were screaming at? That's what I thought. Nowhere. Gingerbread Man really thought that we were going to accept his apology. Never. It's been also brought to my attention that you were in jail for 11 years. Maybe that's why you're behind, Sarah. Maybe because you were 11 years behind, that's why you have this attitude. Maybe that's why you have this mentality, because you are missing 11 years of your life. How dare you? How dare you come on the internet with this makeshift apology if it were going to accept? You can take your gingerbread biscuits and you can get out of our face. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Yes, so many times I've actually come across these kind of videos, and the last time I actually did this kind of video, it was also a man from London, I think, James and Fuhad. It was somewhere there, yeah, and they actually really faced a huge backlash because they went to the United States of America, hopped on a podcast with these European American man, and decided to just sit there and laugh as this European American man was making jokes and degrading black women. But I bet for them, they learned their lesson at that time. And now it's so crazy that we're actually seeing so many black men that don't date black women always want to come out on social media or always want to have a say about black women. Why does it bother you so much? Why do you feel itched so much that you want to come on social media or you want to come out and talk about black women when you're not even dating a black woman? It's so crazy. It just shows the obsession that you are out here having with black women. But honestly, is it that most of you black women don't want you? Is it that most of you cannot get yourself to date a black woman because of their high standards and you cannot be able to? Or is it just because you don't want a black woman? Because I don't see the reason as to why you would not be wanting to date a black woman, but you always want to come out here and try to degrade black women. Like, why would I even want to talk on someone that I'm not interested in? It does not make sense. Why do I want to talk about a black man if I'm not interested in black men? It does not make sense, honestly. And this has been happening like people from different parts of the world talking on why, especially black men from different parts of the world talking on to why they don't want to date black women. And no one is actually having a problem with black men having a preference or black women having a preference. You all can date whoever you want without even bringing black men or black women down, without disrespecting black women and black women, just for clicks. Because now for like this man, he went to another debate show because that is actually not where he was working. I think he's a rapper or something of the sort. He also has a criminal record that has made him be in prison for over 10 years, like a decade. And you want to come out here and talk to black women or tell black women to get out there and get life experience as if you have one. Yeah, it's quite crazy, guys. And honestly, it's so crazy that we keep on seeing these videos and these people trying to come even out here, trying to justify themselves. And, you know, you're making such a video and later coming on to apologize. Yeah, if you're looking for publicity, well and good, but I think there is no need for you to apologize because what you actually said in the beginning is what you feel and think about black women. And no black woman is having a problem with you dating from a different race. No, I've not seen any black woman calling any man out for dating outside their race. The only problems comes when these men who are actually dating outside their race start on talking about black women. Can you see the obsession? You're not even dating a black woman, but you want to come out here and talk about their lashes and talk about their hair and talk about how they dress or how they do things. Like, that is an obsession that we all cannot understand, honestly. Because if you are saying that you are not dating black women because they're putting on lashes, because they're putting on makeup and wigs, it's so crazy because there is a huge number of black women that don't put on wigs. If you don't like me because I'm putting on a wig, well and good. That should not bother you because I'm the one who is actually putting on the wig. And if you want a natural black babe, you can also get that. You know, just go and look for a natural looking babe who don't put on wigs, who don't put on lashes, who don't do makeup. Rather of you coming and showing us your insecurities out here and saying the reasons as to why you don't date black women, those same things that you actually say, all the reasons that you're actually giving out here as to why you don't date black women or the kind of a black woman that you're looking for, trust me, they do exist. There's so many of them here that don't put on wigs. There's so many of them here that don't put on fake lashes. So just go on ahead and agree that you just don't want to date black women. Don't just try and find excuses. Don't just try and put wigs as an excuse or lashes or makeup as an excuse of you not dating black women. Because there is also black women that are actually dating European men, and no one is having a problem with that. Just like you black men can go and date European women or any other woman from any other different race, and no black woman will have a problem with that. But you don't actually see black women coming and creating such videos disrespecting or degrading black men just because of their preference. You don't see that, but you see some black men who are dating outside their race coming for black women. It's so crazy that you even have the audacity to come on here and disrespect your mom, disrespect your grandmother, disrespect your ancestors, disrespect your sisters, disrespect your aunties, just because of publicity and some clicks and views. It's so crazy, guys. But anyway, at the end of it, he got what he was looking for. And maybe right now, he's somehow starting to have the life experience. Because, I mean, after being in prison for 10 decades, I'm sure he only have an experience of being inside. But now the outside life experience, he has none of that. But right now, I bet he's getting some outside life experience. I don't know what you all think about this, but I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. I'd really love to know what your take on these on the comment section, and especially if you're a black man watching these, let me know what you think of what he had to say, if you support it or not. And until the next episode, bye.